Okay, so today's video is going to be a products I regret buying video. It's different to a disappointing products video in the sense that these products, they're not kind of disappointing. It's just that for a number of reasons, or just one reason, or just because I'm in a salty mood, whatever. It's just that for whatever reason, like, I don't reach for them and I just don't use them and I'm not getting my money's worth from them. So if I could go back and like reverse time in a time machine, which would be so much fun. And actually, if I think I had the opportunity to go in a time machine, I don't really think that I would be going back, you know, to Superdrug circa November 2016 and taking back a highlighting palette. I think I would probably be doing something a bit more fun and useful and interesting with the time machine, like maybe going back to like Victorian times, or I always think like going back to the prehistoric times when the dinosaurs were here. I mean, why would I not be doing that? Like, really, I could see a velociraptor in like close up. I mean, not that would be a bit scary, but do you know what I mean? I probably would not be going back to exchange makeup that I regret buying. But anyway, you know what I mean, I think. This is a highlighter. It's one of the Afterglow 8-hour powder highlighters from Urban Decay. I think I've mentioned this in a disappointing products video. It's in the shade Aura, which is like a light pinky shade. I'll do a little swatch. It's just nothing special whatsoever. It's not the best formula. It doesn't feel particularly smooth. It doesn't have like a lot of a glow to it either. It just kind of looks quite chalky and powdery and chunky on my hand. And you know, for a highlighter, this is on the more expensive end of the scale. I was kind of talked into this by one of the Urban Decay girls in Debenhams, and I actually was more interested in Sin, but not Sin. Like, I wasn't interested in like Sinning, if you're not familiar with Sin. Like, that's like a champagne toned highlighter. Like, it's not like I was in there thinking I really have an urge to do some sinning right now, but she's trying to sell me Aura, so I cannot do my sinning that I was planning on doing and wreaking havoc in Debenhams. That wasn't the case. I just don't think it's that great, and if I had my time again, I would not have bought this. And if you can see on the back, this just always grinds my gears. The sticker has not been stuck on properly. It's at a very awkward, like chaotic, like positioning. It's just not right, and that really grinds my gears. Okay, so the second one is by Makeup Revolution. They released this 8-pan highlighting palette. I think it was just before Christmas, and I mean, I had to get it, and I must say I enjoyed reviewing this. Sometimes I will buy makeup that I'm not 100% kind of interested in just for the sake of reviewing it, because I love to review makeup and try out makeup, but this is definitely one that I think is a little bit gratuitous, in the sense that, you know, you've got so many different highlight shades here, and to me this is a little bit overwhelming. You know, in the morning when you're just trying to get ready and then you're faced with making a decision, like imagine being faced with that every morning. And I know some people might be watching this thinking, Anwen, how spoiled are you, like really, and ungrateful. You know, I mean, there's people in the world with real problems, but you know, in like, you know what I mean, in a very first world problem kind of way, this is just a bit overwhelming. Like, which shade do you go for? Who knows? And then if you try and just like mix them all together, you just, how do you match the other cheeks? So it's the same. So if I had my time again, I wouldn't have bought this. However, I did enjoy reviewing it. Actual formulas of the highlighters are really, really good. Like, I don't have any issues really with the you can't see a thing, apart from the fact that they do not show up on my skin ever. Like, literally on my face they do, but not on my arms. So yeah, the formula is fine. It's just that I find this whole palette a bit overwhelming. Okay, so I paid quite a bit of a premium to buy the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation, because they don't really sell it in the UK apart from on QVC, and I ended up buying it from Sephora in the end because QVC had like quite a big delivery charge. And one thing that I cannot stand is when you pay a lot of money for delivery and you think, well, I'd rather just order it from Sephora and then buy a couple of other products that I really, really want, and not just waste money on the postman. Like, the postman in his van, I basically would be funding the MOT on the postman's van. I mean, really, who wants that? Nobody wants that. So anyway, I bought this after watching numerous really positive, hypey reviews about it, and I must say that I like the foundation. There's not really anything completely like negative. I don't dislike it, but I just don't reach for it, and I don't quite know why. I keep trying to use it, and when I did a kind of first impression on this and a review on it, I really did like it and I recommended it, but I'm at the point now where I just don't reach for it. It doesn't excite me. It just is always like the kind of situation where if I reach for it, it's because I want to kind of just use it up because I paid a lot of money for it. It doesn't get me going, so yeah, that's that one. Okay, so the next one is by L'Oreal. It's the Glam Bronze. It's like a bronzing like a cushion, like they brought out all the foundations. Well, this is the same but a bronzing kind of cream product. This is really expensive for a drugstore item. It's about £15, and even though again I like the product itself isn't disappointing, but I never reach for this because I always feel like it takes a little bit extra effort to go in with like a cream product once you've done your makeup, because you're always concerned, is it going to mess with my makeup underneath? It's just a bit messy, isn't it? Let's face it. So I never use this ever, and I always keep saying to myself, Anwen, you've got to use this, but I just don't. She just doesn't, and it was like £15, so yes. So next I've got a single eyeshadow from MAC. This is Amber Lights. Now I do think that this is like a really kind of beautiful shade. It's kind of like, can you see, it's coppery, it's shiny, and it would actually maybe be like a good highlighter on people that maybe have like a deeper skin, because the formula of this is really beautiful. But I don't use it because it's a single eyeshadow. Does anyone else have this same issue now with single eyeshadows? They're just difficult to kind of fit into your life and your routine, because look, right, this is my makeup bag right here. Look how big this is, and this is already oversubscribed. It's here because I've just kind of cleared it out a bit. I don't have room to have loads of these singles milling around, so I like to use palettes, and I've banned myself now from buying single eyeshadows because they're just too, like, I never use them. I just want palettes from now on. Thank you very much. That's what I want. So I never use that because of that reason, but it's a beautiful colour and it's a beautiful formula. It's a shame that I don't use it, really. I mean, really. Someone arrest me, send me off to the station and say, Anwen, this is a crime against single eyeshadows. You just neglect them. Oh, it distracted them because I kind of looked down at my foot as I was picking this palette up, and I was thinking, Anwen, your foot looks a lot longer today. Like, my foot doesn't normally look that long. That's crazy because I have really small feet. I'm like a size 3. But my foot looks like it's like a 7. I mean, what? How did that happen? Anyway, sorry, just complete digression. But anyway, this is the Multiface palette by Illamasqua, and I basically got suckered into buying this because it was on sale. And I know I'm not the only one who has been suckered into buying things because they're on sale, and like, you're only saving maybe £2, but you kind of think, okay, I'm saving money, this is on a sale, I'm getting a bargain here, I must have it now before it sells out. Everyone does that. That's just a thing of sales. But I bought this in a sale and I never reach for it. I just think as a palette, it's not very cohesive. Like, you don't really have a transition shade. You've just got like 2 shimmers there, and then you've got like a weird creamy type situation. I don't even know what that is. And then you've got 3 mattes. And I just find that this, for me, is a bit intimidating because I don't have a nude brown to put in my crease. And I mean, the quality of the shadows is brilliant. They're so pigmented, smooth, easy to blend. I just don't think it's cohesive. Like, I look at this and I panic, really. And also the blush is just very like wham, bam, bam, wham, bam, bam, like Summer Fiesta. You've got one of those, what do you call it when they hang up and they're full of sweets and then you hit them? One of those things. It's like you're at a fiesta with one of those horse things hanging up, and everyone's got Mexican hats on, and that's what you need to be attending to wear this kind of blush, because it's very the opposite of understated, overstated. It's overstated. And then you've got like a cream, I don't know, is it a highlighter, who knows? But what I do know is it just does not work on me, so I kind of do regret buying this, and I don't think I've really ever used it properly. I've just kind of messed about with it. Dibble dabbled, that's all she's done with that. Okay, next is the one and done, they call it a hybrid complexion perfector, but it's just a BB cream. I say just, I love BB creams. No offense to BB creams out there. Put down your shovels, BB creams. I'm not offending you. But this, I really wanted to like I really wanted to like this, but for me, the coverage is so light. And again, it's not like a disappointing product because it's perfectly fine. However, I just felt like it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. For me, and I mean, I have used most of it up, to be fair to the product. I've used most of it up, but I just find that, again, it's a little bit of a chore to put this on because it's not my favourite, you know, it's not my favourite, but then at the same time, it doesn't really fit the criteria to be a disappointing product because it does everything that it says it's going to do. I just don't reach for it, and I probably, like, if I could have had my time again, wouldn't have bought it, you know. Probably would, because I think I would always be wondering about it if I hadn't bought it. So that's a little bit of like a, I don't know, a strange one. Okay, next we have a blush from Colourpop, but this is a Super Shock Cheek blush, and it's in the shade Holiday. It's like a really kind of vibrant, like corally kind of shade. The reason why I just don't reach for this is the formula. Unless I use like a stippling brush, or my like beauty sponge. I just find that, again, similar to like the Amber Light eyeshadow or the L'Oreal Bronze Cushion, I just find that it's a little bit of a trickier product to apply. And in the morning when I'm kind of rushing to get ready and I don't have baby wipes to hand because they're off on the table at the back, and Andreas is refusing to help me out and go and get them, even though I've tried bribing him and all sorts, you know, it's just an extra step, and the cream gets all over your hands, and then it's like your beauty blender then gets covered in this shade, and next time you put your foundation on, it's got like a tinge of coral. I love it. I love it. I love the colour. I love how it looks. I just don't reach for it because it just, I'm lazy. That's why I am lazy, okay? And we're going to finish up today with like a complete random mystery product that I don't even know what this is, but it's expensive. Which just adds insult to injury. It's by YSL. It's the Le Tint Touch Eclat Concentré d'Eau Rose. I don't know what this is. It's like a funny, like if I put some on my hand, can you see? That's probably about £10 worth there. It's like a pinky kind of liquid. I think it's meant to be like, tell me if you know, what is this? I think it's meant to be like an illuminating kind of base. And it's got like little like, I don't know. It's just got lots of like really tiny gold sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see. I just never really found a place for this in my makeup routine. I don't think it's a primer. You can't really use it as a highlighter because, I mean, can you see on my hand? Like, I've tried using this on no makeup days. It's just too pink to get away with. You know, like you might use the MAC Strobe cream, or you might use, like, even the NARS Copacabana. I can kind of get away with that just on the tops of my cheeks when I'm not wearing any makeup, and it'll just give me like an luminosity. But with this, it just doesn't really give me much. It gives me nothing, and it's kind of sticky and tacky. And I mean, I've managed to get through half the bottle, but I think that was just me, I don't know, playing with it, looking at it, because it is quite pretty to look at. I deeply regret buying this. This is the one out of everything that I regret buying the most because I don't know what it is. I just saw it there on the counter looking all pink and gorgeous and glittery, and I was like, I need it. Yes, please. Never use it. Never use it. Well, who's the goose in that situation? Me. Okay, so that's it for my products that I regret buying, but nothing personal against them. It's nothing they did. It's just that I most of the time I'm just a bit lazy and I feel overwhelmed, or I don't really understand what they do, you know. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know down below, what makeup products have you bought and then regretted? Have you bought any of these? What are your thoughts? Always let me know because I love hearing what you have to say. I'll be back soon with more videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I thought I'd try that because other people do it, and I thought that looks really cool. Do you not think? Does that look cool? Does that just look like I'm just copying every other YouTuber ever? Probably. Anyway, I'm going to go now. Bye.